Turn a brick of salt to a crack rock. Pussy get full like a laptop. And your main thought shit, mascot. Run through the floor at the trash spot. Suicide doors with a glass top. Talk about money, you a had not. And my lawyer tough like Matlock. Soon up in the corner, hit a K-pop. Pull up in the sucker in the gray drop. Hit a nigga up, then I skate out. Gotta lay low, then you fade out. Hit a nigga hole, take the safe out. 36 O's what you came about. Send me fully loaded, blow your brains out. Hating on Louis with the hate bout. Gucci on the loafers and I'm stamped now. Clap back, whipping that cane. Bagging a brick, fucking these hoes. Drowning in six, fork in the water, it's time to lock in. Pot on the stove, I'm at it again. Play with my order, I'm down in your man. Clip fully loaded, red dot on your head. VVS what? Watch cost a brick. Louis went gold, you niggas is sick. Back to the trap shit. Black K make 'em backflip. Pussy nigga, you an actress. Up a clip, got the trap lit. Kyle Lowry on the Raptor. 12 o'clock on the pastor. Throw 20, blow past you. You a sucker if you ask her. Turn a brick of salt to a crack rock. Pussy get full like a laptop. And your main thought shit, mascot. Run through the floor at the trash spot. Suicide doors with a glass top. Talk about money, you a had not. And my lawyer tough like Matlock. Soon up in the corner, hit a K-pop. Pull up in the sucker in the gray drop. Hit a nigga up, then I skate out. Gotta lay low, then you fade out. Hit a nigga hole, take the safe out. 36 O's what you came about. Send me fully loaded, blow your brains out. Hating on Louis with the hate bout. Gucci on the loafers and I'm stamped now. Clap back, Christian Dior. Dripped in my pores, laced in velour. Tipping these broads, Louis and Gucci, my wrist kinda frauds. They paid me, you sue me, your clip getting tossed. Lauren the Fuji, she tricked till she score. Fuck for a Lucy, protect on her arm. Choke on choker, my neck kinda gone. You hating, I got it, I flex when you frost. Fresh up off the back block. 2 4s in a glass pot. Talk oil on my cash stock. Fuck hoes at the trash spot. Twin turbo bought a fast drive. 30 on the hip, nigga, man down. I'm that nigga that can't stand now. Middle finger to the feds now. Clap back. One threat. Turn a brick of salt to a crack rock. Pussy get full like a laptop. And your main thought shit, mascot. Run through the floor at the trash spot. Suicide doors with a glass top. Talk about money, you a had not. And my lawyer tough like Matlock. Soon up in the corner, hit a K-pop. Pull up in the sucker in the gray drop. Hit a nigga up, then I skate out. Gotta lay low, then you fade out. Hit a nigga hole, take the safe out. 36 O's what you came about. Send me fully loaded, blow your brains out. Hating on Louis with the hate bout. Gucci on the loafers and I'm stamped now. Clap back, whipping that cane. Bagging a brick, fucking these hoes. Drowning in six, fork in the water, it's time to lock in. Pot on the stove, I'm at it again. Play with my order, I'm down in your man. Clip fully loaded, red dot on your head. VVS what? Watch cost a brick. Louis went gold, you niggas is sick. Back to the trap shit. Black K make 'em backflip. Pussy nigga, you an actress. Up a clip, got the trap lit. Kyle Lowry on the Raptor. 12 o'clock on the pastor. Throw 20, blow past you. You a sucker if you ask her. Turn a brick of salt to a crack rock. Pussy get full like a lap. Turn a brick of salt to a...
Enough said, enough said, enough said. You read the title, you see the caption, you see the thumbnail. Yes, it's just like that, and it's built like that. Brian Norman, the Normans, the Duckmans, aka the Duckmans. Shout out Mill City Boxing, salute Mill City Boxing. One of the hottest platforms out here interviewing these top fighters. Me, I'm in a tough situation, baby. You see this. I mean, I'm in a tough situation, so I can't move around, I can't maneuver, but it's okay. Do sabe. But at the end of the day, I'm here to talk it. I'm here to cook. I'm here to expose the Normans, And it's crazy how they can create narratives because one particular brother don't come on here and he do not like to do interviews. He like to leave everything in the ring. And that's one thing I seen and I learned about Jerron Boots Ennis, Gervonta Tank Davis, Canelo. And I'm starting to see it with Shakur. And the reason I say that with Shakur, I'm going to get to that later, but I got to bring this situation out right now. Because I watch a lot of commentators, right? Every interview this man does, these commentators bring Tank name up and you see that brother face. That's called, I'm tired of y'all asking me the same fucking question. And I respected Boots for his last, the situation he threw in Philadelphia, the meet and greet, media day workout. And a lot of these analysts kept asking him about Bud Crawford and all of these other fights. And he said, yo, I'm only worried about right now what's in front of me. I'm fighting the number 10 ranked guy in the WBA, but I'm also fighting an IBO champion. So a lot of people look at the IBO and be like, bro, the IBO is just like the WBO, nigga. The IBO is just like the WBO, nigga. Everybody know the WBO is the less body sanction in boxing. The world know that. If you ain't know that, well, I'm here to tell you. This is why I'm exposing the whole situation. We see this guy run around, create all of these narratives, talk about all of these narratives, put his son on a pedestal like his son fought all of these good fighters. Then you get the Devin Haney fight. You secure the Devin Haney fight. Y'all act like Devin Haney is this guy. When we all watch Devin Haney get his ass whipped. We all seen Devin Haney get mocked. We all seen Devin Haney lose. And everything Regis Prograis stated, Devin Haney did it. Remember, when he fought Regis Prograis, what Regis Prograis exposed, Devin Haney took a loss in Mexico. And Bill Haney had to do some weird shit to get that donut back. And what happened? The same thing that Haney's did in Mexico, they did in America. And they forced everybody to believe that Osterring still exists in 2024, which is a fucking lie. Osterring is so 1989, so 1996. Y'all people was lost. The same shit Victor Conte. Yeah, but let y'all people tell it. Y'all don't know how to cook right. Y'all niggas don't bring the sofrito, the adobo, none of that. Espera un momento. I brought the sofrito out because I'm well seasoned. But y'all niggas is not seasoned. Y'all niggas is just regular seasoned salt. You niggas don't know nothing about the sazon. I'm gonna bring the adobo out later because I'm gonna let all of this shit marinate real fast. Because I don't like to let the shit marinate, but I am because I'm gonna let this be the truth. And this is the truth. It's all facts, no opinions, baby. No opinions. Let's get to it. When Jerron Booth's sentence and the Karen situation came up for the second time and Boots had to fight his mandatory, they called out all of the champions at 147. In particular, Brian Norman Jr. became an email champion, right? Boots became an email champion. Brian Norman became an email champion, right? Barrios, all of these guys at 147 became email champions. So Stanionis wasn't the only email. Stanionis wasn't an email champion. Stanionis been the WBA champion since, I'm being real, since 2022. Remember, Stanionis been the WBA champion since 2022. Earl Spence was elevated to the super champ. Always remember that. That's a key factor. Because remember, Devin Haney pulled that corny shit off with Teofimo Lopez, remember? But we all know when Teo fought Lomachenko, it was an undisputed bout. Don't believe me? Go watch the fight yourself right now. And you're going to see it's an undisputed bout. And at the end of the fight, Teo became undisputed. But if Loma would have won, Loma would have been undisputed, right? You see the shit I'm saying? This is why that top rank indictment came. That Rico came up. We ain't here to talk about that. We here to expose the noise. So they offered you 400,000 because you never made $100,000 in your life, right? You turned that down. They offered you 700,000. You turned that down. So they came back with 1.2 million. You told Eddie Hearn, and this is out here for the public to see. You told Eddie Hearn, right? That you wanted your son to walk out with $1 million once they offered you. It was 1.2 million at the time, and you turned it down. That's when they offered you 1.7. And you said, no, I need my son to leave with $1 million. And that's what Eddie Hearn told you. That's not my problem. You're signing Top Rank. That's Top Rank problem. That's you and your promoter problem, not mine. Then all of a sudden you end up fighting Derek Cuevas, then you get this fight, you get hurt. So now when you beat Derek Cuevas, you open. You open. Now, shout out to Sean Zintel. After that fight, Sean Zintel, which was an early stoppage, Sean Zintel asked you about the big fights. Then all of a sudden, you seen Jen Psaki walk by with an envelope and say, I would like to fight you. Nobody don't know who the fuck Jen Psaki is, mind you. After the Derek Cuevas fight, remember you had got your hand surgery, you wanted to fight Derek Cuevas, then you and Boots supposed to unify. But you didn't. So, Boots ended up beating Cameron, which I think Cameron, I know Cameron to beat every other 147 champion out there. Boots fight Cameron, the top mandatory guy, the number one guy in the IBF for the second time. Did it all less than a year, beat 3 niggas to get his mandatory again with Boots, and we seen the outcome, right? So now nobody fighting, right? Nobody fighting. So once that fight happened, right, and that fight was over, you ran instead that Thursday, nigga. That Thursday, you ran and signed the contract with Jen Psaki. Then all Boots and them did is, all Eddie Hearn did is take this 2.2 million, just sign the contract so Boots won't have to move up. Y'all didn't sign the contract. It came out your mouth, nigga. It came out your mouth. I'm only going by everything that comes out these people's mouth. Fuck what people trying to create narratives. No, nigga. This is all facts, no opinions. It's no opinions. I ain't got time for no opinions. This what came out your mouth. I'm going everything that came out of Senior mouth and what came out of Eddie Hearn mouth. That's what I'm saying. YouTube is a time traveling social media site. Don't believe me? Just go back. This shit gonna take you back 6 years ago. It's gonna take you back to 16 to 17 years ago. It'll take you back 30 years ago. I'm just here to cook you niggas and expose you niggas. So now you want to go on these platforms and create all of these bullshit narratives when, bro, you're an email champion. When, bro, you ain't fought nobody. You keep going off these 3 last knockouts, right? But before you fought Giovanni Santillan, then you had a no contest. Then what's his name? JC Lee, Bocheco, Figueroa. Wasn't he whooping your ass? Less than 3 rounds. By the second and third, he was mopping the floor with you. Imagine that shit would have went on. By the 5th round, he would have got to stop it. He would have stopped you. But you talking about some damn Devin Haney? A motherfucker we just watched get his ass what? Then this is the crazy thing about this, right? Because I'm not going to lie. I'm putting my money on Norman to knock him out. Of that knockout is going to be the same outcome of the Ryan Garcia situation. Victor fucking Conte, a well-known cheater, right? I'm on house arrest, right? I caught my drug cases back in the 90s, and to this day, they still label me a drug dealer. So who the fuck is Victor Conte? Listen, and I got my life together. Listen, well, the reason I'm on house arrest was some dickhead shit. Well, Victor Conte, if us people, us drug dealers, us shooters, us gangsters, us felons, if we're labeled something and we did it and we got convicted for something, nigga, you still a felon. But the only thing you did was monopolize the situation. You went to jail, right? The first time you went to jail, remember, you ain't had no doping agency. So when you came home, quote unquote, that's all you was focused on. You was focused on trying to expose WADA, WADA, right? You was trying to expose these niggas when you created VADA testing, when everybody that's in it is part of the New York State Athletic Commission, your friends, part of SNAC, all of y'all. So that's why nothing get tested dirty, and that's why every SNAC fighter get therapeutic use exemption. Just like Bud Crawford had therapeutic use exemption in the Canelo fight, right? Illegal steroids. Legal steroids. And what doctor approved that shit? That's right. Look up the doctor name that approved it. I'm just here to expose everything. But I know I got that feeling because Dev's going to get knocked the fuck out. I don't know what everybody else talking about. But all I can say is Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., they both chinny. But Dev ain't got the power to keep Norman off him. And that's why I say this is not a big fight. It's a sad fight because we know you sink that out. Devin Haney shouldn't be fighting no fucking body. The bitch shit he pulled, he shouldn't be fighting nobody. Then at the end of the day, I know my channel speaks value and tell the truth because I'm being shadow banned like crazy, bro. None of my notifications goes out. No, I'm a 10 million view nigga. You feel me? 10,000 followers on YouTube, over 6,000 on Facebook. I don't fuck with Instagram because Instagram, like, I don't know what's up with Instagram. Instagram be on some total nut shit. Now, I mean, like, they play with my numbers. Then this is another thing. I'm gonna bring this up, right? The latest boxing news that's going on with me, right? I posted up a clip a long time ago, right, when Bud Crawford and Dave Avianesia was fighting, right? And we seen that Bud Crawford gloves exploded, right? This is how you know these niggas cheaters and they guilty. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you design, shout out to Steve Nelson, because Bud Crawford said you design everything, right? But you're not paying attention to the video, brother. Shout out to Bo Mac. Bo Mac hopped in my DMs talking about let the brother enjoy his victory. Bro, I'm not. The video y'all commenting on, y'all know that video old as shit. And Steve Nelson, you so dumb and so fucked up in the mind. If you created Bud, Wardrobe, and all of that, then you should know that them gloves that ain't those gloves. Those the Dave Avianesia gloves. At the fight at the time it bust open, remember he went to the corner. They had to do the nut shit. Then we already know, man. Because we seen it with the Canelo fight. Soon that nigga saw just the glove. Then you get in there, and then Bomac looking at you, telling you to bite down on your guard. Then you bite down on your guard. Then Saul come out of nowhere from the locker room, haul ass, and like he running a 400, like a 400 meter dash and shit, and just to give you the water so you can drink it. But y'all don't pay attention to that shit, y'all. Listen, Clarissa Shields, Keyshawn, they all of these niggas, right? See, this is why I laugh at the Keyshawn and Clarissa Shields situation. They don't smoke weed. That's a fact. So if they test positive for a certain PD, then all of a sudden VADA redo it and say, oh, it's just marijuana. Nigga, we know when Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was fighting, Ryan was smoking weed the whole time. So why marijuana didn't pop up in the system? But supposedly Osterine, then Kim Summers, she resigned 11 days later, May 1st. 11 days later. Make this shit make sense to you, man. But back to the Normans. You're going to get exposed, man, because why you come on here, you put your foot in your mouth all of the time when the actual proof is out there. But what's so lazy with motherfuckers, niggas be blind followers, bro. And Norman the bed, I fuck with Norman. Though I know they down to earth. But like I said, this fight right here, I don't like this fight for me. Why? Because I know the outcome. The outcome, Devin going to sleep. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Devin going to sleep. Devin can run, he can hide. Devin going to sleep. But do Devin have the opportunity to put Norman on his back pocket? Yes, he does. But Dev gonna be too scared to exchange once this pressure get put on him. You feel me? And then when the outcome we see Devin get knocked out for the second time. Remember, they robbed Ryan in that 7th round. When Ryan fought Devin Haney, he dropped Devin. Devin felt on his ass, then he got up and felt back down on his face. That was a knockout. They robbed him for that. But we're gonna see Norman get the knockout. When we see Norman get the knockout, you're gonna see what's gonna happen, bro. We all see what's going to happen. Devin Haney going to pull the same bullshit. Remember, all of Ryan Yoren's been clean. All of his tests has been clean. It's a Friday and Saturday. The A sample and B sample, some wicked shit. This is what they do. This is how they backdoor you. This is how they line you up. That you can't sue, you can't fight nobody because they're always correct and right. But it's Victor Conte, my nigga. It's Victor Conte. But you know, that's the only problem I have with this fight. But Norman, stop putting your foot in your mouth, bro. You duck 5 offers. The first offer, the first time they offered you 4 offers, 400,000, 700,000, 1.2, 1.7. We know that, my nigga. You turned it down. because you wanted your son to walk away with $1 million. And why? What up? You wanted your son to walk away with $1 million. And Eddie Hearn told you, nah, nigga, that's top rank problem, not my problem. I'm here for my fighter, and this is what we offer. But with the Stanionis fight, nigga, Stanionis is, besides Boots, we going to keep it real. Stanionis was the longest champion at 147, so that makes him the top fucking guy. Stanionis was the only real champion at 147, and supposedly this email shit came about when nobody don't talk about, they're not email champions. I don't consider Brian Norman, Jerron Boots, or Mario Barrios email champions. Why? Because Bud Crawford had the opportunity to fight these guys, but he ducked them to run up and fight a bum ass nigga named Madrimov, which none of us know. Then he go on Andre Ward shit, talk about, Madrimov, but bro, Jamel Charlo was the number one nigga at 154. Remember, he was undisputed, you dickhead. And the only nigga that was popping at that time is who? Exactly. That's the nigga that was popping at that time. Tim Tszyu, remember? So when Jamel went up to Fort Canelo, the IBF stripped Jamel and gave the belt to Tim Tszyu. Then the only, which he became an emo champion, right? But the only real champion at 154 division is Bachram, because Bachram beat the dog shit out of Tim Tszyu and took the IBF title, right? Bam. Number two is all of them niggas at 154 email champions, even Bud Crawford. Because you got to remember, Jamel Charlo was stripped for his titles. He was stripped. Nobody ain't know who the fuck was Madrimov, bro. Madrimov ass. Yeah, he got the best win at 140, at 147. But during the time when Bud became undisputed and how he got that title, remember, Bud vacated all the belts. He vacated all of the titles. That's how Boots became the IBF champion. This nigga, Top Rank on, you gonna always get the WBO title. And then Barrios had the rest. But Stanionis was always the WBA champion. He was always the WBA champion. That's why I tell people, when y'all try to play Teofimo Lopez, it's Terrence Crawford, really undisputed at 150, at 147. Because you can go back to 2022 and look up Stanionis fighting the other Russian guy for the WBA title. This is facts. Hey, my brother, how much? See if the link. All right, I posted this. So hopefully YouTube, the link go on YouTube, y'all. Post it up. But yeah, man, I'm just here because enormous, like they be like the messages y'all be sending me in the DMs be crazy. But I understand it. When you look at everybody that's popping right now, it's all the top ranked fighters, top ranked HBO, ESPN niggas, right? When you look at Canelo versus Bud, the broadcast, all top ranked niggas. It's all top ranked HBO. Not one PBC, not none of them shit. Make it make sense, yo. Bias commentary was crazy. People, I'm rewatching this Canelo Bud fight so many times. It was like, bro, the commentary was ass and wasn't really no shots landed. I'm watching people saying all certain things was landed. Bro, a lot of shit was hitting that guard. And one thing, never, ever, ever believe CopyBox. Never believe CopyBox, yo. Never believe CopyBox. Don't believe me? You can go back and watch Shakur Stevenson versus Edwin De Los Santos. And when you watch it, yeah, don't let you join. Dang. Dang. Yeah, but later on, we going to cook up too. And why? If you got an Instagram or something, DM me so I can just send you my number and shit. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to have me, you, and Low Nose Boxing join. You feel me? Got a couple of interviews coming up. We're going to interview these niggas. You dig? A shout out to my guy, Low Nose Boxing. He got some hitters in his gym that he at. Shout out to Al Bandit, one of them hitters, one of them ones. New York got some shit coming, man. New York got some hitters, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I've been me personally, I've been watching a lot of these last 2 days. I've been watching a lot of up and coming fighters, like niggas that's ranked number 107, niggas that's ranked 98. Cause you gotta be, hey, Rob, what up? I'm gonna pull up today. I'm gonna pull up with my homie. You hear me? I'm good, baby. If you got a Facebook and why just hit me on Facebook. My Facebook joint on there now. That's me. Yeah, bro, we gonna pull up, baby. It's time to cook. No? Well, yeah, I've been watching these. The fighters that nobody know about. We got a lot of good fighters coming out in a lot of places. It's been a lot of fights. Yesterday, the first, the third, the second, the first has been a lot of fights since the 1st of October. And bet, you know, tired of commentator fighters because it's like everybody want to name. Oh yeah, Mill. Shout out my nigga Mill City. Yo, they got one of the biggest fights coming. Rashidi Ellis versus Javier Fortuna. Oh my God, that's a motherfucking break. Hey, yeah, Norman. See, Ryan got Javier Fortuna on his record. This the same Javier Fortuna that Devin Haney Duck ran to the hospital and took a picture that he had a cast on his arm. This the same nigga. This the same nigga. Javier Fortuna is nice. But Javier Fortuna versus Rashidi Ellis is a great fight, especially for both fighters. And if both fighters get this victory, one of them get the victory. I hope Rashidi get the victory, but if Javier get the victory, cool. Because uh, before Rashidi ever took his loss, he was one of the most avoided fighters at 147. During that time, it was him and Boots, name that was popping. Because, we thought we was going to get the Boots and Rashidi Ellis. But, the Villa situation happened. And the only thing I had about the Rashidi situation is he reminded me of Caleb Plant. And what I mean by that is it's just, the first 6, 7 rounds, the first half of the fight, they look good. Then the second half, they be gassed out. They be too winded. But Caleb Plant fixed that when he got with Bread, man. And, hopefully Rashidi do. But, no, that's sparring. Rashidi and Jalil Hackett, that was a good sparring match. That shit was war. But this fight right here for Rashidi and for Javier Fortuna, it's great. It's great. It's great for boxing. It's great for CSC. It's great for the New England region. I got no problem with that fight. I would support the fight. Hopefully, the zone landed. Or not, if Mill play, hey Mill, we're gonna share this shit, man. We're gonna go up. We're gonna share this shit because I like the fight. That's a great fight. But like I was saying, I was watching these up and coming fighters. There's a lot of up and coming fighters coming out of a lot coming out of Mexico. A lot coming out of Mexico. It's like 7. I'm talking about 7 spectacular fighters coming out of Mexico. I'm talking some boxing shit, punchers. Like these niggas is nice. It's one coming out of Uzbekistan. We got like 2, 3 coming from Puerto Rico. America, we got the talent. We got the talent all the time. We'll punch a hole through a nigga head. But we got some hitters coming from these inner cities. And the ranking, I love it because these are the people we supposed to be on. My John Louis De Jesus, you gonna see me like with a turban on my head with a red studio behind me and shit. But yeah, uh, these young fighters, man, they looking good, man. They looking good. They looking great. Especially building a resume. You got if I'm not mistaken, you got number 98. Some young guy from Puerto Rico fighting number 26, ranked number 26 in the world. This is the shit I love. I love these type of fighters because everybody like, well, we don't know them. You supposed to know them. You're an analyst, right? You're a commentator, right? You supposed to know these up and coming fighters. And plus, they're not up and coming; they're already pro. But you supposed to know these guys because everybody is backed by a different promotion. We just know the big promotional companies. You know, like shout out to Bakram. He signed the main event, but they deal with PBC. You feel me? Shout out to Devin Haney, one of the only smartest motherfuckers that came in the game with his own promotional company and made bread and broke bread with niggas. You know, but these young fighters, I want y'all to take a good look at them. I'm gonna start posting it up. When some of these fights is probably on my community, because we got to give recognition to these up and coming fighters. So it looked like TKO will be signing these fighters, but I think Turkey, I guess they listen to me. Turning the Ring magazine into a tournament, which it should be, which TKO should be too. So we can get the top fighters, the mandatories fighting the champions, the 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 prospect fighting the contender, then the top 2 contenders fighting just to get a motherfucking number 1 spot, then the number 1 fighting the mandatory just to secure the championship fight. Then you got champions unifying. That's what we need. That's what we need because we're not getting the biggest fights in boxing, yo. We not. Shout out to the official call podcast. Even the ref even stated what I stated. We're not getting the biggest fights in boxing. We getting fights that we don't want to see. You know, and, Bud Crawford. The only biggest fight you got left in boxing is Boot Sinners. Nobody ain't wanted to see that Canelo fight. We all wanted to see Canelo versus Benavidez. We ain't wanted to see you. Bet, bet. We got you, and boy. Nobody ain't wanted to see that shit. You know what I mean? A lot of us always wanted to see. At the time, it was Tank Devin Haney. We all wanted to see that, and that's still a big fight. Uh, then Shakur was moving up, but Shakur was never part of the Four Kings, and that's one thing we gotta stop because people keep bringing him up in his Four King era when he wasn't never part of the fucking Four Kings. He never was. He never ever was. And I dislike how certain people just try to put him there when we know, but you only see three of the Four Kings fought each other. Tank Ryan, well Ryan fought Tank and he fought Devin. Ryan 1-1 in the Four Kings, and then Tio just was out there, but it wasn't Tio, it was Lomachenko. You feel me? And Tio went and exposed Lomachenko. Then Devin Haney ended up fighting Lomachenko. So Devin Haney got two of the motherfucking Devin Haney 1-1 too, just like Ryan of the Four King era. So now that Shakur comes into the to 135, bro, you ain't when you fought up with De Los Santos was your chance to show us you are what you say you are. When you fought Edwin De Los Santos, you were supposed to show us everything you say you are, but you did the opposite. Then I tell people you can't keep saying anybody fight like a Tank or a Devin fighting Shakur is a 50-50 fight, but Devin and Shakur is, but fighting a Tank or somebody, you can't say that because of Shakur hands, and that's the only thing I take 20% off is his hands. He's gonna always blame his hands. So that makes it a 70-30 fight. You feel me? Because I'm going with the nigga that's gonna knock you out. We always seen this time after time again. You feel me? It's just like I tell people, you gotta learn behind the scenes of the business, man. When Tank went back to New York to fight Lamont, you knew some bullshit was gonna happen. Why? Because prior to that, remember who was fighting there? Ryan Devin, right? Where Victor Conte from? Where Vada is really based at? Where's Snack everywhere, but where are they really from? Exactly. I got Teal stopping Shakur too, and why? I got him pulling this. I got Teal putting him to sleep. He gonna do the same shit he did to Josh Teller and Lomachenko. Teal gonna do the same shit. It's just gonna look like the Arnold Barbosa fight. So that's what it's gonna look like. That's what people don't understand. That ball rise to levels like, and it's the truth. But I don't say it's the truth. But sometimes it be. You know how you playing basketball, whatever sport you good at, then you end up playing a bum nigga. Then a bump, you just end up playing that type of game. But I always tell people, you ain't gotta play that pace. You can always play your pace. Like for instance, when my son go to the gym, he spar amateurs, whatever, Golden Gloves. I always tell him, son, it's a ring. It's a big ass ring. Master the ring. You're not running. It's a big ring. Use the ring. You got to remember, stop trying to fight their style. You got to make them fight your style. You can slow the pace up. It's all about you turning any situation into your side, not follow this shit. It's just like, for instance, shout out Tevin Farmer. When Tevin Farmer was beating the shit out of Jojo Diaz, he ended up fighting Jojo fight. And then look what happened. When you watch like Devin Haney fighting Lomachenko. You seen the first half of the fight. Devin, I'm gonna keep it real. Devin was winning with that jab. Once he abandoned that jab, then that's when Lomachenko had those sporadic moments, and people thought Lomachenko won. But me, I never thought. Like, remember the first half of the fight, you gotta secure it. So if he secured 5 rounds out of 6 rounds, all he got to do is win 2 more rounds in the second half of the fight. Same thing Tank did with Lamont. When you rewatch it, the first half of the fight, Tank was whooping Lamont ass. It wasn't action packed. See, when Pitbull fought Tank, Pitbull was whooping Tank ass from the first to the 12th. We seen that shit. We seen it. We seen Tank stumble in the first. We seen that shit with our own eyes. Just like I say, Pitbull gonna stun. He gonna steamroll Roach. Watch, and he gonna show everybody Roach is not that. Just like Madrimov. Madrimov is not like that. Just like Boachuk, which Boachuk beat Virgil the first fight, but Boachuk is not like that. So you want me to fight a bum ass nigga named Magimov and a bum ass nigga named Boachuk when they keep getting exposed, they not like that. But you let other people tell it, they're going to create a narrative just to try to get a paycheck and not be shadow banned. Not me, nigga. It's all facts here, nigga. It's all facts, no opinions. I came to cook up. I came to cook up. It's all truth here, man. But shout out all my guys, man. Shout out all my guys. NY Santos, my nigga Kendrell. You know what I mean? My motherfucking brother H Money. You know what I mean? H Money Boxing. Orthodox TV. Shout out the Hot Takes. You know, so Mill City, you know, shout out my nigga George, man. George, you know, George just go Bible all the time. That's my nigga. Shout out to my guy, Low Nose Boxing. Low got one of them, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Our Bandit is one. New York got one. New York got a special one. New York got a motherfucking special one. And the latest boxing news, Anders Ayes, you know, trying to get this unification bout in Puerto Rico. You know, the WBA situation with Jake Paul, one of Jake Paul fighters. Um, he better snatch that bitch now. You know, because October is here, but next week Boots, Boots get this victory. We got to see how this shit gonna go. You know, because Tellez fucked the whole momentum up. Tellez fucked the whole momentum up. You know, but we're gonna see how this whole situation gonna take place, man. You know, Virgil Ortiz, you need to talk to your manager because Oscar De La Hoya and everybody on the same situation of getting this fight secured with Boots, but it's your manager that's making you look bad. It's your manager, bro. Your manager you make you look bad with the Xander Zayas situation when you end up fighting Magimov. You know, but you beat the dog shit out of Magimov to show that Magimov is not that. But the only thing with Virgil, all of his last opponents were sparring partners. All of Virgil's last opponents were sparring partners. And this is one thing I call a journeyman, right? Once a nigga get a loss like Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz, one of the best journeymen ever. He was an ex-champion. And this is what I hate about fighters, right? Well, boxing in general, when if you used to be a champion and you beat that nigga, they say, oh, he beat a champion. No, the fuck you didn't, nigga. No, the fuck you didn't. Remember, y'all did that shit to Boots. When Boots beat Sergey Lipin, this ain't none of y'all say he beat a champion. Now all of a sudden, when Floyd do it, Tank do it, no. Beating the champion is you going in the ring and you a champion, he a champion, and y'all unifying. You beat a champion. You feel me? That's beating the champion because you taking the belt off a nigga, not you beat a nigga that used to be the champion. That shit don't go like that, man. That shit don't go like that. And that's one thing we gotta clear up in boxing in general is the only way you can beat a champion if you fought the champion and took his title. If you fought a nigga and didn't take no title, you ain't beat no champion. You beat a former champion. Floyd beat a lot of former champions. Bud beat a lot of former champions. A lot of these guys beat a lot of former champions. But we talking about beating a nigga and taking it when it counts. We watched Bud do it 3 times. At 140, we watch him do it. We watch him become unified. You take that occasion, him winning the WBO, then becoming unified, then becoming undisputed, right? Then he do it at 147. Always got the WBO. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 5. And then that you only beat 6 champions. You beat 6 champions. And what I mean by that, you had 6 fights where you fought niggas that was champions, beat them and took their belt. That's beating a champion. Boots got one because he beat Stanionis and took the belt. You feel me? But if you add Lipinus, that's a former champion. You feel me? Like when Tank fought Leo Santa Cruz, he took the title from him. Pedraza took the title from him. Yeah, Steve, yo. Hey, cuz Steve Nelson's so much of a dickhead, right? He hit me on Instagram talking about, I designed the clothes and the gloves for Bud. Well, nigga, you must be high as shit, cause when Diego, I ain't gonna even say Diego Pacheco. When that nigga hit you and knocked you the fuck out, when that guy hit you and knocked you the fuck out, and you chose to hop on my Instagram and make a comment for some dumb shit, your head still fucked up, Steve. Steve Stone Cold Nelson, your head still fucked up. Cause y'all niggas is so dumb. Y'all looking at listen, these niggas made one of my old ass posts go viral. A post when Bud Gloves bust open from the David Amnesia fight. This is how you know these niggas is up to no good. This is how you know niggas be cheating. I design, bro. Look at the fight. Look at the gloves. It's the Dave Abuneer fight. Why all of y'all in my comments about an old ass post? Thanks for making me go viral on Instagram, but damn, homie. But thank you giving me my first million views on Instagram. I appreciate it. But at the end of the day, it's an old post. But it shows that it's a lot of guilt in that camp. But that should be WWE, man. Just watching the Bud and Andre Ward interview, I'm like, man, this shit WWE. This shit WWE. You know, and the show he talked you Turkey, my friend Turkey told me we friends, all this and that. I understand it, bro. I understand it. I understand y'all friends. But at the end of the day, we know the business side of things. You feel me? You ain't go over there with Al Heyman and them and had no dinner, all of y'all there sitting there busting it up. And this be the lying situation, right? Because he said, no, you got Turkey in the picture. We sit there 9 hours. Now Turkey wasn't there. Bro, we don't know what to believe, man. We don't know what to believe. But we understand they're trying to make somebody greater than Floyd, but you will never be greater than Floyd, bro. You ain't got no Floyd performances. Then you say, well, Canelo already got 2 losses, bro. He already got 2 losses, bro. Fight a nigga that's on your level, but you're not. And the next person he fight, bro, Jerron Boots Ennis is your biggest fight. At the Boots is who? Virgil Ortiz. Ain't Virgil, we all know is Jamel Charlo. We know Jamel Charlo, a motherfucking you need to put Brian Norman in that situation, nigga. Why? Because y'all storyline is crazy. Remember, they said he fucked you up in boxing. Remember, y'all sparring, Brian Norman beat you up. I guess he dropped you too. You know, made you take a knee. And then that's when they went on a victory lap. Yeah, we beat Tank up, we fucked Bud up. And then y'all came to Philly. Cameron Duncan sent y'all to Philly and you got pieced up. We know that. But that camp, I don't know. That camp just be funny. No, Bomac and them niggas, I don't know, they just be funny. It just be weird. You just gotta watch the camp. Plus you gotta watch that night. No, Bowman was 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw that night. And it's crazy. Because a Millie versus Lester Martinez, I gotta tell you, bro, they use these people, they use their fighters as test dummies. Steve couldn't handle it. That shit just happened so fast. And then with the Lester Martinez, like, it wasn't, bro, these niggas ain't tired. These niggas going all these rounds not tired. That should make y'all pay attention. But what Ryan did to Dav, y'all want to say he on steroids. When you watch Ryan being gassed in the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, you see him being gassed. But when you watch Lester, Bud, wasn't none of these niggas gassed. Yeah. And what? No, that shit was the worst card in boxing. It was the worst card in boxing, man. And y'all call that the biggest fight? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. What's up? My boys. I love my boys, man. But yeah, man, that shit just be crazy out here. But like I say, people always paint narratives and shit, man. And that shit just be messed up in boxing. Cause you can come out here, create a narrative, and people, and some of these fighters that don't like doing interviews, they like to talk in the ring with their hands. Like, bro, don't try to shit on them people because they don't want to open their mouths. Shout out to Jerron Boots and shout out to Abdullah Mason. Now you see Keyshawn out of the media. Yeah, all Memphis, all misfits, man. Shit was sad, man. That shit was sad. And I always told people when you watch any of my posts videos about that fight, I always said if it goes the distance, they're going to rob Canelo to make history. That's what people got to understand. They're going to make history. You can rewatch the fight when Bud first talked about the fight. Remember, he wearing a gray sweatsuit. He's sitting down. They doing a video interview. And he said there's a rematch clause. Now y'all trying to stop the rematch clause. You feel me? Pay attention. Remember, that was December when Turkey said Bud had a shoulder injury. He's getting the surgery. Remember this shit. December of 2024. This when the therapeutic use exemption happened. Yeah, people understand, man. Like this shit's so fake and rigged, man. It's so fake and rigged, man. You know, when you got people trying to change the Muhammad Ali Act, like, come on. There ain't no shot, no shade to Dana White, but bro, come on, you trying to make Dana White control certain shit about it ain't gonna work, man. It ain't gonna work. Then Pete, you're not playing. It's not your money. What happened to Andy Cruz? Nah, Andy Cruz got a fight coming up. You got Raymond Montoya. No, hopefully it be him now. You know, because Andy the mandatory. You know, him and Floyd Schofield was trying to snatch that fight, but I guess Eddie and them forcing that shit. You know, it's a man though, bro. These mandatories gotta happen. That's why everybody keep. Oh, we want to see you fight a big. No, the big name is your mandatory, nigga. The big name is you fighting the top 10 ranked fighters, nigga. Or you fighting one of the top 20 ranked fighters. That's a big name. Y'all niggas, y'all go by names. A nigga can have 5 losses, but he got a name. That'd be the dumbest shit. So you want me to fight a nigga that already got 5 losses, but this nigga is 23 wins, 16 knockouts, no losses, no draw. That's a big name. That's a problem that I have in my hands. That nigga is undefeated. Let me fight him. Plus, he's ranked number 7. I'm going to fight the ranked number 7 nigga. Not a bum ass nigga. His last 2 fights, he lost. How that's a big name? No, you got in there with your sparring partners and lost. That's it. That's it. You see the difference, yo. And another thing, when you got a fighter that only fight once a year, he's on steroids. Everybody know that. When you got a fighter that fight once a year, or sometimes even twice a year, they on something. When you got a fighter that uses IV, they on something. When you got niggas that's working with Snap, they on steroids. I don't give a fuck what anybody said. We all know it's the truth. Just look at the owner. He went to jail for what? Steroids. Exactly. Exactly. Like I say, man, it's time to expose these bitch niggas, man. These niggas got to get exposed, yo. Because they ruining boxing. They ruining boxing big time, yo. Because all of these narratives in boxing is crazy. A person can come out and say, yeah, we in negotiations with such and such. And then when that negotiation don't go right, oh, he ducked. But when a nigga in the ring calling all of you fighters out, it becomes a problem. That's why I say the Normans get exposed, bro. Who did y'all fight? Y'all fought no fucking body, bro. Don't say Giovanni Santillan, bro. Only good victory he got is Alexis Roca. But besides that, nobody know who the fuck he was. Fighting all bums, niggas out the speakeasy. That's what he's fighting. A bunch of niggas from the after hour. All he was fighting. A bunch of fucking bums. But we watch you. Your last 5 fights, nigga. Quentin Randall, which was kind of an elite fighter, a B fighter, a B minus fighter, took you the distance. My nigga, JCM Bocheco, Figueroa Bocheco, nigga. Bocheco was whooping your ass. Remember, 3 rounds of no contest. He second round, yo. All you just seen Brian Norman on the floor. He was mopping the shit out of Brian Norman. You feel me? With Fabuloso. He had Fabuloso on the mop, mopping the shit out of Brian Norman in that ring. And what happened? Y'all got it in no contest. You can't even see the fight on motherfucking YouTube no more. You see clips of you getting your ass whipped. Then you end up fighting Giovanni Santillan. A fucking bum. A bum. You went further rounds, but look what happened. You got your victory. Then you fought Derek Cuevas. A fucking bum. Nobody don't know about. Derek Cuevas used to casework for me, nigga. He used to be on my block caseworking for me, nigga. He used to hustle for me. Know what I mean? Nobody. And then Saki. Nobody, bro. You fought nobodies. I'm just keeping that shit real. And what Giovanni Santillan was ass, bro. That nigga was ass. He was ass. He only had 1 good victory, which I ain't considered it a good victory. But besides that, he was a fight nobody. He just come out of Mexico. Golden Boy signed him. He ended up getting that fight. You know what I mean? He ended up getting that fight. And they ain't fight nobodies, man. Nobodies. And when you got the opportunity to fight somebody, you duck the whole situation. Then you talking about Devin Haney. Nigga, the world watched Devin Haney get his ass whipped by Ryan. Then we watched that nigga, the William Skull, even Bud Crawford did the Devin Haney, bro. That nigga was running the whole fight. And the same fight William Skull did put up with Canelo was the same fight Bud put up with Canelo. But William Skull get the loss and Bud get the victory. Make that make sense. William Skull had a way better performance than Bud Crawford. He wasn't getting hit, wasn't getting touched, exchanging in and out. But people saying he was right. Bud did the same shit. But now, supposedly, the Normans, like, yo, Devin Haney, yo, Come on. Boots ducked Devin Haney. Hey, come on. And Devin Haney said, no, you supposed to fight at 147, but he told me, yeah, I was trying to get the fight at 144. Bro, the nigga's a 147 champion. Why the fuck would he want to fight at 144? And then you look at the Virgil situation. Y'all sent the offer saying y'all want to fight for a title. Nigga, I'm the champion at 147. I'm unified. Come fight me. But no, your manager tell you otherwise. It's not Oscar, it's the manager. The manager ducking the sauce. Because I'm going to be real. No fighter ducks sauce. No fighter ducks sauce. It's always the advisor, the promotional company, or the manager. Yeah. He did the same thing Skull did. He did the same exact thing Skull did. But Skull just had more exchanges. With them niggas, you just see more glove, but the commentary just was biased. That's what people need to understand. Look at the commentary. All top ranked fighters, all top ranked analysts, all top ranked commentators. So you see the biasness from the rip. Couldn't give a nigga one round. It's crazy. But nobody wasn't even landing. How you give a nigga the first round when you watch Canelo was more aggressive and landed more shots in the first round, but you give it to Bud? Like, I don't, like, as I said, that shit. Then and why? You know how I know how I study footage. Like, that's what I said. Copy box was all. Wasn't none of they landed more than every said they landed 5 punches. It was a lie. Them niggas landed 12 to 15 punches. Yo. That's why when I watch fights, I turn the volume off and I study that shit and analyze it myself. Because I don't want to hear no biasness. Like shout out to Antonio Tarver. When you watching Shakur fight Williams and Payton, there wasn't no biased commentary. You was hearing the truth. Antonio Tarver said, yo, Shakur, like you fighting his fight. You had good moments, but like Lomachenko sporadic moments, but nigga, the whole fight, you was on your back foot on the ropes. So how can we saying you doing all of this great shit when you getting fucked up and you getting hit? And then every round, let's say, if you throw 20 punches around, 7 of them connected, and they looked good. Because every time when Shakur fought Williams and Payton, the fight only looked good for Shakur in the center of the ring. But the whole fight, he was on the ropes or he was in the corner. Getting hit too much. People understand, when you get in that ring and you fighting, bro, niggas gonna be hitting everything. They're gonna hit your whole fucking body. Then you're gonna have to understand, like, that nigga ain't that good. He got his ass whipped. That nigga ain't that good. He got his ass whipped. When you got a person mindset, when we go in the ring is, nigga, it's a 6-round fight. I'm going there from the rip. I did train it, so I'm not coming in to study you. First round I'm going in, I'm hitting your arms, elbows, shoulders, hips. I'm gonna do that shit for 3 rounds. But while I'm doing that, I'm still piecing you the fuck up. But my goal is to make sure you drop your hands by the 4th or 5th, because I'm gonna destroy you. But these fighters don't do that. Everybody going in wanna look pretty. Bro, that shit not gonna help you. You in the corner doing all this. All this for what? That nigga's a pay the right hand. That shit everywhere on you. So you doing all this, still getting hit. But you see the bias with the judges. Just like I say, when Shakur fought Edwin De Los Santos beat Shakur. But you seen the bias. Sit down, niggas. Sit down. Let me make your niggas sit down. We talk. You see the biasness with Shakur Stevenson when he fought Edwin De Los Santos. Because Edwin beat him. And he ain't giving Edwin that rematch again. You don't want that shit with Ed. And Ed's still calling you out. Now you're going up to get Teo, which is, I'm keeping real, y'all, the biggest fight in boxing. It's Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson at 140 for the WBO title. Ring Magazine lineal title with undisputed belt. Yeah, one of those ones, the biggest fight. You know, that guy, I'm always say it. It's a 70-30, 75-25 fight because of Shakur hands. It's his hands. That's what makes it like that. You know, but one thing for anybody that was on Top Rank or dealt with Top Rank, they still use the Floyd Mayweather excuse your hands. You know, but we seen when Floyd hands was hurt, every fight he got in an ambulance and straight to the hospital. Shakur, His hands wasn't hurt. You see the nigga chilling in the crowd, all this and that. Why you not in the hospital? But but like I say, once you a friend with Turkey and Turkey say he got a friendship with you, he's gonna make sure you get a victory. That's why Tank Davis said I would never go over there to fight you niggas. Because y'all gonna automatically rob me. And they did it with the Lamont Roach fight. Everybody talk about that knee, but Lamont Roach got dropped and took a knee in the 11th round too. Y'all better pay attention. Because I'll show you a fight when Bud did the same thing. And when he stepped back, did all that, they called it a knockout. I'll show you a bunch of clips from a bunch of fighters dating back from the fucking 50s to right now that same exact shit happened and they called it a knockdown, but not Lamont Roach. Learn about Pro Box TV, who they connected with, but shout out to Pro Box TV. All of they fights be legendary. All of they fucking cards be legendary. Pro Box, OTX, yo, all of them cards be legendary. They be legendary, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. They bring the fighters out, man. They bring the fighters out, man. That Najee Lopez and Henderson fight was a great fight. That Wild Mama fight was a great fight. Fighting Murata, it was a great fight. They got some great fights on that joint, man. They had a lot of great fighters on that joint, man. A lot of great fighters. You know, besides that, you know, we gonna cook up. You know, I'll be back later with my guy NY Santos. We gonna come on here, we gonna cook up. You know, hopefully we gonna pick a time, come out here, you know. Yeah, I got Pitbull steaming roll. He gonna steamroll Lamont. He gonna show Lamont that, you know, you nigga, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here at all, Lamont. You not supposed to be here at all, Lamont. He's gonna step on that nigga, man. And it's gonna show a difference. Because all of that shit Lamont doing, he should have did that shit with Jamel Herring. Because he said the same shit. He said, Jamel Herring, I got robbed in that fight. Because I wasn't with I wasn't signed to no promoter, no promotional company. Yeah, that's when Pro Box graduated. But at the end of the day, I do think, you know, you and that Jamel Herring fight was a close fight. But it wasn't like the Tank fight, bro. The only nigga that I can say gave Tank problems from the first to the 12th was Pitbull Cruz. That's why I say a lot of shit be racist. They be like, oh no, the fucking no Tank. No, the fuck that Pitbull was whooping Tank ass so bad. The commentary had to say Tank hurt his shoulder. How the fuck you know a nigga hurt his shoulder and you not even in a ring, nigga? Yeah, Lamont got dropped in the 11th round. I mean, that's why I say the biased commentary be crazy. Pitbull won in there was whooping, beating the shit out of Tank Davis' ass. And then the commentator said, Tank shoulder hurt. How? How his shoulder hurt when the niggas Pitbull walking the nigga down? And you ain't even seen no shot to the shoulder. So how your shoulder hurt? We seen when the nigga hurt his shoulder. We seen when the nigga hurt his hands. Tevin Farmer showed you in the Williams and Beta fight when he hurt his shit. Today, agreeing, we can name a lot of fighters. You see hurt their shoulder and their hand, and you see the pain and agony in their motherfucking face when they in that ring. Oh, a nigga going like this, he can't throw it. Lomachenko even showed you that shit when he beat a nigga with one hand when he hurt his fucking arm and whooped the nigga ass with one hand. Don't do that. Don't do that, yo. Please, people, don't do that. Give Pitbull his respect. That's why at the end of the fight, when the announcer got in the ring and he asked Tank, "Did you hurt his shoulder?" Tank looked at him and said, "Nah, I hurt it my hand." So which one is it? Y'all niggas is lying. But Tank ain't wanted to say that. That's the Floyd story. And that's the story when you don't score a knockout, you hurt your hand or you hurt your shoulder. That shit be corny. Because all you got, like I tell people, pay attention to right before the fight happens. Every interview they do, every fight say, I'm 100%. Then when you go on and put on the bad performances, you know, I had ring rust or I hurted my hand, I hurted my shoulder. Bro, we tired of them excuses. They're narratives. That's why I said this shit is all facts, no opinions, bro. That shit is all narratives. We tired of narratives in boxing, bro. Stop that. Y'all fighters just got to keep it real and give the other opponent his flowers. It takes two to make a fight. And I always tell people, if you get signed to a promotional company or even become pro, you still an elite fighter. You elite more than niggas in the streets. You elite more than a fucking ninja or a nigga in the MMA. You feel me? I'm only stating facts, man. This shit is facts here. But these fighters got to stop making excuses, man. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. But like I said, them niggas be ducks, man. Them niggas be ducks. They create narratives in boxing, and that shit be fucked up. Cause y'all don't give these other fighters they victories on certain things. Y'all be giving these fighters they victories on these situations, man. We're gonna cook right here. Give me 1 second. But yeah, man. Oh, shit. Fight on. But that these motherfuckers telling they gonna tell you something different. They gonna always paint a different narrative and tell you something different. But man, I'm not, man. I mean, we're gonna cook up and keep that shit tall, man. But that's what's going on in boxing. You always gotta remember, it's always the ugly niggas that think they tough. Oh, motherfucker got a bunch of tattoos. You never seen these niggas in court. You never seen these niggas fighting 100 years with you. You never seen none of that shit. And the reason I brought that up because those be the excuses in boxing. Motherfucker come on and put on a shitty performance and now I hurt myself, my shoulders hurt. This is the thing about ring rust too, right? This is what y'all people have. I gotta watch your car. This is why y'all people have training camp. That's what you had sparring partners for. To get the ring rust off, knock the ring rust off. You know, I be hating that shit. Just listening to that shit. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that in boxing and start calling these people out. That's why I said once I get off this house arrest shit and start doing these interviews with people, they gonna be like, yo, that's the trenches right there. Because I'm asking you all the true questions that the fans want to know. I'm asking you all the true questions because we already know your story. We know where you come from. We know who you want to fight. I'm not going to bring up Shakur. I'm not going to bring Tank name up for nothing. I'm not going to ask you. We know where you from. I'm asking certain things about, what was going on in his contract, what was going on with this. No, I ain't even break it down. You niggas gonna know. 'Cause at the end of the day, I do believe all of them brothers should have been pay-per-view stars. I do believe that. I do. I actually do believe that. And that's why I say T.O. versus Shakur Stevenson is the biggest fight in boxing. And if it's on PBC, I know it's gonna be pay-per-view. And even if they do 150K pay-per-view buys, that's still good. But I got them doing more than that. I got them doing like 320, 350 for the first time. Them brothers should have been pay-per-view stars, man. Them brothers should have been pay-per-view stars. If you let, like, but you gotta understand Top Rank. You gotta understand Bob. Bob, like, I can create y'all, but y'all niggas always do me dirty. And to be the truth, people be doing them dirty. I gotta stop doing these promoters dirty. Even Oscar turned Floyd to a superstar. Turned Canelo to a superstar. Oscar did that. Golden Boy, Oscar Bernard, Chicken Shane Pacquiao. Golden Boy did that shit. Even though Al Heyman became Floyd manager from '07 on up, you know. But shout out to Jay Prince. Jay Prince always makes sure his fighters become champions. There's one thing I have to say about OG Prince. He makes sure all of his fighters become champions. But at the end of the day, it's not the manager's fault. It's the promotional company you with, and Top Rank can give you the accolades. Everybody's first title is going to be the WBO, unless you build a report and a great friendship, WBC, WBO, IBF. The Top Rank friendship is with the WBO. WBO is the lowest body sanction in boxing. The WBO and IBO. That's what people say. Oh, Boots taking how he taking the tune up when he's fighting the IBO champion. That's ranked number 10 in the WBA. Make it make sense. That's not a tune up. He's fighting a ranked fighter who's a champion. It's not a tune up, I mean. He's fighting for a title, man. It's not a tune up. Tune up is fighting a nigga that ain't got nothing. A tune up is a nigga that ain't going chuck. A tune up is a nigga named Madrimov. A nigga we never know. That's why I say, Bud Crawford, you funny. You saying niggas was avoiding Madrimov. No, the fuck they wasn't. Before you ever fought, niggas knew about Tim Tszyu. That's what everybody knew about Tim Tszyu. You ducked the Boots and Virgil for a bum ass nigga named Madrimov. Y'all forced the world to believe that he had 300 amateur fights, but a nigga only had like 50 subs, bro. You can go look this shit up. He forced you to believe all that shit, man, which is all false. But besides that, man, I'm gonna get up and run out of here, man. See you later tonight. Me and my guy and Bobby gonna pull up and try and I'm gonna hit my nigga Low up, interview Low. But besides that, go check out Mill City Boxing. Go subscribe to NY Santos, nigga, and my nigga Kendrell. But if you don't see me here, H Money Boxing, my guy. H Money Boxing, we over there. We ain't on H Money Boxing.